We are with the legendary Daniele Quercioli, the most famous V8 in Italy. Daniele, I heard some very strange noises earlier during the revving, and there's something you need to tell us about. What is it? Certainly, Fabio, I am proud to explain it to you. You are an intelligent guy and can help people understand us, and our craziness above all. So, the sound you heard was the whistle of the turbines that almost surpass the 10 of this engine, which certainly doesn't lack in audio. And the reason they whistle so much is because they are geometry. To be precise, they are variable section turbines that are part of the geometry family. These in particular are the turbines of the Cursor, therefore of the Iveco, still in production today on the market, as they change the work from work, Cursor 13, suitably reinforced and adapted. A sporting use also because the original forms work at pressure. We have brought them to pressure and above. They must maintain that pressure at a high number of revolutions. So they must push out more air than what the engine demands. And the higher the revolutions, the harder it is to achieve this. And to talk about numbers, we are at 3,250 engine revolutions. So the whistle is rightly justified. And do I hold it manually? Yes, you pointed out to me, you saw me making this movement. This is one of my mental flashes that came to me one morning by chance while trying to find the system. Functional to this technical choice of the turbine. In particular, the variable geometry of the turbo console works inversely proportional to a traditional turbo wastegate, meaning that if in a turbo we use the turbo pressure to control a limiter, let's call it that, of pressure, in such a way that the more the turbo increases, the more the limiter is activated and the supercharging stops, speaking in very basic terms. Unfortunately, for me and for certain techniques, Iveco found that in order to succeed, the mechanical force created in the variable section due to the exhaust pressure, they reversed the system by using the air from the truck's air tanks, controlling up to 5 bar of pressure in the actuator. So it happens that it works in reverse. The more air we send to the actuator, the more we tighten the geometry, the higher the turbine pressure. So hypothetically, if we make a direct connection, the more it pushes, the more we ask it to push, and we would go into overpressure. It would break everything. One morning I woke up thinking about the handbrake lever of the truck, that is, the lever, the engagement. In trucker jargon, the lever that engages the handbrake. In trucks, the handbrake is mechanical, like the pneumatic brake. In the foot brake, we send air to the brakes and the brake is activated. With the handbrake, we remove the air from the handbrake and it deactivates. For safety consistency, because if the truck runs out of air, the resting mechanism is braked. So the handbrake lever works unlike brake pedal. When I pull it, I remove air. So I simply brought air from the tanks to the handbrake lever. Connect the handbrake lever to the turbo actuators. Instead of my little hand made of flesh and bone, I built a mechanical arm, which I didn't make. Other than installing a pneumatic actuator, which receives the pressure that the turbine creates on the engine. So, the turbine pushes, the pressure increases, the turbo pressure goes to the actuator pulls the handbrake and controls the turbo geometry. Congratulations, Daniele, it's beautiful. Thank you, truly congratulations.